A couple years ago, I was drowning in about $100,000 worth of debt. That includes student loans, credit cards, loan consolidations, and even money I owed back to my previous employer for leaving too early. You name it, I had it, right? So fast forward 3 years, I've already paid off over $86,000. And today I'm setting a new challenge, which is to pay off the last $15,000 in just 12 months. So 1 year debt free. I'm going to walk you through some things and show you some strategies, and hopefully you guys can join on whichever amount of money you have. Let's get to it. I remember a few years ago I was doing my spreadsheet, which you guys can get from the link below. It's a free download. And I was owing over 70% of my income was going to just my needs, so no savings, no investing. And I remember that was kind of like a wake up call. And I also had a lot of credit cards that were maxed out and loan consolidations. So once I looked at that, that was pretty much my big wake up call to kind of get into what I'm doing now. So the challenge is I owed about $100,000 worth of debt. In over 3 years, I paid off over $86,000 worth of debt. That's about 28 grand each year. My balance as of today is 15,000. My goal is to pay that off in 12 months starting today. That's about $1,250 each month. The deadline is September 2026. By the way, my name is Roger. This channel is following my journey to financial literacy, financial freedom, and just becoming debt free. I'm also studying to become an accredited financial counselor so I can help people take control of their money, reduce stress, and just building some everlasting wealth. I'm not rich. I'm not a finance bro. I'm not even a guru. I'm just got tired of guessing with my money. So now I'm kind of showing you guys what I did. So how did I pay off $86,000 already? This is just a quick overview. If you want more details, I have other videos on my channel to kind of break down everything I've done, but this is just an overview of breaking down this 12-month challenge. So the first thing I did was a budgeting system. I started with Mint and switched to Rocket Money. It's a free version, is more than enough, and that's all you need. That's what I use to pay down a lot of my debt. Now you can pay, which I do pay about $9 a month, and that just allows me to create more categories, like budgeting categories that I like to do just to track my money better. However, the free version is more than enough. That's all you really need to get started and tracking your money. So cutting cost in big areas. I know a lot of people talk about, don't drink coffee, don't go to Starbucks. My approach was figuring out where majority of your money goes, which is your cost of living, i.e., HOA, rent, mortgage, fixing things up inside your house, and your transportation. So I just try to make sure there was a point in time where my mortgage was very expensive based on how my income was. So I had to end up increasing my income just to give me some more space to breathe. So I always had a roommate through college and even afterwards. So I just try to save money on my place of living. And then I also did not upgrade my car. I had to drive the same car. I have 186,000 miles on my car. And that was one way to save money. Because if I didn't, I could have went out and got a car for $800 a month. The average is like $800 a month car payment or $600. That's money that could be doubling on my credit card at the time or doubling towards my debts. So that make more sense. So I just started cutting costs in the big areas. Lifestyle cuts. So cooking at home, meal prepping. I used to buy a lot of shoes in high school. Them days were over with. Buy a couple pair of shoes when you're at work. Wear the ones you need to wear at work, and then when you're out, I'm only out on Saturdays, if that. So I don't need a whole bunch of shoes. I'm only out once a week. So that's kind of how I move. Drinking, I do drink, but when you're going out to eat and going to drinks, and it gets very expensive when you want to buy some drinks, especially around the DC, DMV area. You can easily spend $200 and you didn't even do nothing. So just be mindful. That's kind of where you save money with just the lifestyle cuts. Extra income. So my choice of extra income was a regular part-time job. It's a janitor. I clean, Monday through Friday sometimes, weekends, and sometimes Sundays. So that's just what it is. At the end of the day, you can cut as much as you can cut. You can budget how much you want to budget. But at the end of the day, once you get those strategies down and that discipline down, the more money you can bring in, the quicker you can get things done. So if you can throw an extra $100 towards your debt, that might mean your debt might be paid off in 12 months or 24 months. But you start getting extra cash, that 12 months goes to 18 months, 16 months. And the faster you get it done, the faster you can do whatever you want to do with your money. But that was my goal. So the biggest thing for me was once I got that discipline down, which is important, I got a part-time job, and then start throwing the rest of that money towards the debt, which I'm doing now. So here's my plan for the challenge. Starting today, I owe $15,000 divided by 12. That's $1,250 a month. My part-time job should cover that based on how much hours I'm working now, and I make $24 an hour. So as long as I stay disciplined to my full-time budget, I'll be able to throw all of my part-time towards my debt. And that should have me hitting that mark maybe even earlier than September of next year. So this video is more of accountability post. I will keep everybody updated, maybe through YouTube Shorts or my TikTok or Instagram, because I don't know. I'm gonna keep uploading like large or long videos of me doing these updates. I don't know how long the updates are going to be. So be on the lookout for that. Hit subscribe if you want to see the process. If you want to do a challenge with me, hop in the comments, or we can just talk and reach out to me. And then I would love to either help you out or help set something up for you or just root you on. Good luck, and I'll see you next video.